Welcome, football fans, and welcome to Tim Reynolds Show's 2024 NFL season predictions, as I'm going division by division, picking out what I would think will be each team's record by the end of the 2024 NFL season. And on this episode, we're going over the AFC West, and we're kicking it off with the Denver Broncos. And now, guys, as far as their rankings last year in the 2023 NFL season, on offense, they ranked number 25th in passing, and they ranked number 18th in rushing. Now, they really want to get more balance on this offense, but this roster may not be constructed to really be an improvement from last year, but we will have to wait and see, because with rookie quarterback Bo Nix being named as the starter for the Denver Broncos, you definitely have to think that this offense is only going to improve, especially after the team moved on from veteran quarterback Russell Wilson this offseason with the largest dead cap hit, I think, in NFL history. So, guys, as far as their defensive rankings last year, for the Denver Broncos, they ranked 26th in passing and 9th in rushing as far as their defensive side of the ball. So you're hoping they can continue being a really tough, stingy rush defense, but they got to get the secondary better. And Patrick Surtain II is definitely one of those leaders in the secondary that should help improve this particular defensive secondary ranking for the upcoming season. And now, guys, as far as the record for the Denver Broncos in the 2024 NFL season, Tim Reynolds Show has them going with a record of 6-11. Now, a losing season, but it's going to be tough for this roster, I think, to compete with anybody really in the tough AFC conference. But mark my words, Bo Nix is going to be an offensive offensive rookie of the year candidate because of how much he's going to have to pass this ball, really, because the team's going to be behind, I think, in most games this year. Bo Nix, I believe, is going to be a very dark horse candidate for rookie of the year in the 2024 NFL season. So that's the record I have, 6-11 for the Denver Broncos. As far as their offense and defensive MVPs, of course I'm going to pick quarterback Bo Nix as their offensive MVP, because I really do think that this guy is going to be slinging the ball around as far as trying to keep up and also help this team win football games. Now, their defensive MVP for the Denver Broncos, I picked none other than Patrick Surtain II, as this is one of the lockdown corners in the NFL, one of the best in the league, and this guy's definitely going to lead this defense to better rankings this year in that secondary, if I had to guess. Now, guys, we're moving on to the next team in the AFC West, and we're going over the LA Chargers. Now, with new head coach at the helm, we have to see really if they're going to improve based off what they did last year, which was not very good. As far as the rankings for the Los Angeles Chargers last year in the 2023 season, we've seen on offense they ranked 13th in passing offense, and they ranked 25th in rushing offense. Now, you know that rushing offense is definitely going to be improved this year, as they have to find a little bit more balance on that offensive side of the ball to take the pressure off of Justin Herbert, who has an injured foot and is definitely going to be hampered by that all season long. As far as the defense goes, their rankings for the 2023 defense, their season last year, we see their rankings on defense were 30th in passing defense and 17th in rushing defense. So this defense is definitely going to have to improve if the Chargers want to go anywhere this upcoming season. And with a couple of veteran guys already on that defense, this should definitely not be a problem. I think Joey Bosa, Akil Mack, and James in the safety, as far as the secondary, those veteran guys should have this defense playing a lot better, I think, this year. As far as the record for the Los Angeles Chargers in the 2024 NFL season, Tim Reynolds Show has the Chargers going 7-10. And a little bit of an improvement from the previous year, but I still think a losing record for this team that doesn't really have the roster to stack up, not only in this tough division, but also in the tough AFC conference. Now, as far as their offense and defensive MVPs, on offense, I have a dark horse running back J.K. Dobbins, who I think can really be one of the top running backs in the league, top 15, top 20, if you will, if he's healthy. So if he's able to take over the starting role in the backfield here, I really do think that he'll be the MVP of this Chargers offense. And as far as the defense, of course, I got to go with defensive end Joey Bosa, who's been hampered by injuries the last couple of years, but I know he's looking for a comeback, and I think he should have a really big impact on this Chargers team in the 2024 NFL season. The next team in the AFC West division is the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, after a really good finish to last season, their rankings in the 2023 season on offense were 24th in passing offense and 30th in rushing offense. So they definitely have to improve this offense in general overall if they're going to be able to compete at all in the tough AFC West. Now, as far as their defensive rankings last year, they were 12th in passing defense, and on rushing defense, they were 21st, which is a little surprising. I thought they would have been a little bit better in that defensive rushing ranking, but they really got to improve this defense, which I think with new head coach Antonio Pierce for the Las Vegas Raiders, this defense is definitely going to be one to be reckoned with all season long. And we'll get to as far as the offense and defensive MVPs in a little bit, but as far as the record for the Las Vegas Raiders in the 2024 NFL season, the Tim Reynolds Show has the Las Vegas Raiders going 8-9. Now, not a winning record, but a tough schedule for them overall, especially with the roster that they have. I don't think that they're going to be able to get very many wins this year, but show some promise with new head coach Antonio Pierce, who's definitely trying to change the culture there for the Las Vegas Raiders. As far as their offense and defensive MVPs, of course, I got to start with the defense and defensive end Max Crosby, baby, who should be one of the top candidates for the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2024. This guy is definitely going to be the Las Vegas Raiders defensive MVP. And as far as offense, of course, I got to go with Minshew Mania that comes to Las Vegas for the first time, as he was announced as the team starter a couple weeks back, and now the Las Vegas Raiders head with Minshew as their starter, and I think that he will be their offensive MVP in the 2024 NFL season. And then, of course, guys, we're going to cap off the AFC West with the former last season division champs and world champs and the AFC Conference champs. That would be the Kansas City Chiefs, who are looking at a three-peat this upcoming year if they can make it back to the Super Bowl. But will they be able to? Well, guys, as far as Tim Reynolds Show's prediction for their record, first we're going to go over their offense and defensive rankings from the previous year. And we've seen on offense, they were 6th in passing offense, but only 18th in rushing offense, which I would have thought would have been better based on how they really rushed the ball towards the end of last year. But they've got to get the rushing game going this upcoming year to take a little bit more pressure off of Patrick Mahomes. But as far as their defensive rankings from last year, the Kansas City Chiefs ranked 4th in passing defense and 18th in rushing defense. So really, I think they're going to have a little bit of a downslide in the secondary, maybe not top 5 this year, especially with them trading Snead to the Tennessee Titans already earlier the offseason. I think that they'll take a little bit of a step back, but I expect this rushing defense to really step up, especially with all the playmakers the Kansas City Chiefs have at the linebacker position. Now, guys, as far as the record for the Kansas City Chiefs in the 2024 NFL season, Tim Reynolds Show has the Kansas City Chiefs going 13-4. Wow. And they will be the winners of the AFC West division, and you definitely have to pick the Kansas City Chiefs as legitimate Super Bowl contenders. Last year, Patrick Mahomes had his worst QBR in any season of his career since he's been the starter, and they still won the Super Bowl. They had guys dropping passes all over this offense, but you know what? The defense at the end of the day, especially in the playoffs, carried this team to back-to-back Super Bowl wins, and as they're looking for a three-peat, I think a 13-4 record is going to put them at the top of the AFC Conference. Yeah, and as far as their offense and defensive MVPs, I'm going to go on offense with tight end Travis Kelce, the All-Pro, who I think this year is going to ball out for the Kansas City Chiefs. And then as far as their defensive MVP, I have linebacker Nick Bolton, who has improved every single season that he has been with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I think this year he takes another big leap and another big step forward as one of their big defensive stars there for the world champions for the Kansas City Chiefs. This has been your NFL 2024 season predictions from Tim Reynolds Show as we covered the AFC West division on this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. Please like and subscribe for more football content, sports content, and sports entertainment right here on Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Please leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think. I really would appreciate it. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you. You guys rock. I appreciate you checking out all the way through to the end. You guys are the shit. Thank you for helping me live my dream as a YouTuber to cover sports. I love football and I love what I do. So thank you guys so much for helping me out. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day and let's go. The 2024 NFL season is right around the corner. Let's go.